Let's learn a little bit of Torah this morning. It's Parshat Behar, a Torah portion that begins with the setting of Sinai and continues with a mitzvah, the commandment about Shemitah, which is to let the land lie fallow. And what that really means is that every 7 years there's a cycle where after you work the land for 6 years, we begin the process of letting the land rest. And what the land gets, according to the text, is Shabbat. Just as our souls, our bodies, even God, require a Shabbat, so too does the land. Interestingly, that rule only applies in the land of Israel, as understood in the Torah. How it's applied today really differs upon your ideology. Most believe that when the temple was destroyed, the cycle of Shemitah ended, but there are some who remain very, very careful about it. So when the cycle continues in Israel, there is a seventh year where the land really rests. Now, the reason why I point this out right now is because in the midst of everything going on, and right now I'm surrounded by Israel educators and some educators from Israel, there is a lot in our hearts, a lot on our hearts. There's a lot on our minds. There's a lot of reality still to be faced. There's no way to talk about what happened because, in fact, it is still happening, both emotionally, psychologically, and it's so important to remember physically. This is a fight for our lives. Now, what the state of Israel decides is different on a policy level than how the people of Israel responds. And it has been incredibly inspiring to see members of Israeli society show up again in significant protests, meaning protests out of love for Israel, protesting policy. It shows us that we are alive. It's not simple, it's not always gentle, the language is harsh and raw, but it is important to remember that in the context of this week's Parsha, we do the work we need to do in order to get some rest. We do the work that we need to do in order to give rest. Shabbat is a necessary thing, and working is a required thing. Here we are, friends. Here we are, a people who has endured, a people who has come home. One of the things I learned from this week's Parsha is that we're told in advance that there will come a time that you do not harvest, where you place your trust that the land will provide, but you never assume that things will be okay, because this week's Parsha tells us that we are called to prepare incredibly assiduously, work hard, work the land as mentions. When we work the land, we leave the corner of it so that people who don't have land of their own can eat. We are called to treat the land as a living being, but we are called to prepare so that we can rest. I know, I know that I'm not only speaking for me when I say that these last 7 months have not had a second's rest. There was one day where it was a Shabbat, I was going to go to shul, and I ended up sleeping a little bit late. And it felt so strange to wake a little bit more rested. And that tells me what we need to do. I don't mean to use this as a way of reflecting on my own process, but perhaps that could be helpful to us all to think about. We are going through something incredibly demanding, taxing. It's making us work. It's making our souls, minds, emotions, and bodies, and communities and organizations work harder than ever before. UJA just shared that we have allocated 26, sorry, I don't know, I said 26, $97 million of our Israel Emergency Fund. We made the first allocation on October 7th, the first time we've ever done such a thing on Shabbat, of $10 million from our endowment, and then the community matched that with unparalleled passion. What we do right now to prepare matters. Having rest as a goal makes sense too, because what we want most of all for the hostages, for our family members, and what we, I think, need very deeply is to prepare ourselves to do everything we can so that we can rest. We want people to have what they need. And ultimately, the goal is for everyone to rest under their own vine and fig tree, and no one will make them afraid. The goal of the Tanakh, the goal of our tradition, the goal of our tradition, friends, is to grant people safety, not just Jews, not just the community of the modern state of Israel. People deserve rest. Everyone created in the divine image. Well, that requires preparation. And I am proud. I am proud to be part of the amazing work of UJA to do this work in the world. It is incessantly purposeful. Talk to my colleagues about how hard this work is, and what they will tell you probably first and loudest is how proud they are to do it. So I invite you to be a part of this. I invite you to give of your heart, to give of your means, and one of the ways that we get to do this is on June 4th, and I've been asked to announce it again, so I am. The live stream has been created for those who can't be there in person the evening of June 4th, where UJA is going to be I want to say the important things first. Bringing in a delegation of survivors from Kibbutz Be'eri in the south of New York to share their story. I'll be interviewing them at this event at UJA. The live stream is now established. They're going to be honoring me too, I'll just share with you, and I'm going to say it that night, that I said to my colleagues, especially Adrian Rubin Prince, who has been here many times, learning Torah, because that's who she is too. She asked, would it be okay? She was asking on behalf of a committee, would it be okay if UJA honored me? And what I wanted to say then was, let's do something more important than that. But she, first of all, she touched my heart when she asked, as did Kim Hartman and Cyril Ritter and other leaders in the community. And so not only did they make it possible for us to live stream, they made sure that the people who really need to be heard would be there. And so I really hope, friends, that you will be present in person if you can, because I'd love for us to be together. And if you can't be there in person, to be there on the live stream. But most of all, to give as much as you can, whenever you can, to support UJ's work in the world, which is focused just like Shemitah. Just like Shemitah. Thank you for the sweet things you're all writing. My love, thank you. I feel very touched. I really do. Overwhelmed. But on June 4th, we get the chance again to do good together, to be helpers. And so I'm sharing because I've been told to. I feel very overwhelmed by it, a little bit shy about it. But I know it's our responsibility. And most of all, if I can encourage you to come to hear survivors from Kibbutz Be'eri, then I'm just going to keep on talking about this. The event, someone just asked, the event is at UJA, and registration is available on UJA's Facebook page. So if you want to find out more, please go back to the UJA Facebook page. You'll find it there. Friends, I want most of all for you to take good care of yourself. May you be really, may we all, and when I say we all, I mean all of us, may you be able to finally rest. May we put this down. There's a lot of harvesting and working that we are doing. May we be able to, all of us, reunited, whole, healthy, safe, be able to sit under our vines and fig tree with no one making us afraid. So, it is recognizing the work that we have all done. That will happen on June 4th, and it is testimony to the work that we need to do and a reminder of the purpose. So, with all of my heart, friends, thank you for what we've created together. I'll probably mention it a few times more when I'm told. And for now, let's do the work we need to do. That's what this time is for. Shemitah comes later. But our gift from this Parsha is that we know it's coming. We will do all the preparation work, knowing that part of the promise of Torah is the right to rest. You have that right. You deserve nothing less. May you have exactly what you need. May the land have what it needs. May our people come home safe, and whole. May they have what they need, and may we be blessed to be part of helping them get it. Send your hearts to the east with me, friends. Let's sing. Kol hod balevav pnima nefesh Yehudi homia ulefate mizrach kadima ayin letzion Sophia עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה בת שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. Bring them home now. Bring them home now. Am Yisrael Chai. See you, friends. See you tomorrow.